Grand Rising, everybody. I am Pastor KZ with the All About Favor channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to email me, walkinfavor61 at yahoo.com. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to my current subscribers. Thank you for your continued support. And don't forget, y'all, at the end of the video, comment, like, and share the video with other people. Please, y'all, if you do nothing else, give me thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Also, all this week, I'm wearing the brown shades of eyewear so you can get a feel and a sense of the ones you'd like to select. The digital store is coming up soon. I will debut the Boy Buy t-shirts, maybe some this week. Remember, today is Reset Wednesday. We're going to reset and recalibrate everything. I will give you a disclaimer as I do each show. Y'all, I am not an expert. I am not a guru. All I'm doing is just offering my thoughts and my opinions based on the things you want me to talk about. Now, all this week I've been talking about things you need to think about before this year closes. We're already in mid-October, y'all. This year is coming to an end real soon. So these are some things you need to think about. Now, let's talk about this. And some of these things are not going to be easy to hear, but I'm going to say them. This is a question or a comment or a statement. When men are talking or when women are talking, men, let me say this. Instead of you asking women what's wrong with them, what is their problem, why don't we do this, men? Why don't we start taking a look at your shortcomings? Ladies, instead of you always whining and complaining about these men, why don't you take a look at yourself first? There's some things on both sides that need to be modified, altered, or completely put away with. Some of you, you're getting older and older and you still acting like children. Some of you grown men are not grown men. You're grown boys. Some of you ladies out there, you are not acting like classy, respectful, and respectable women. Okay? You're acting less than nothing but ratchet and thought behavior. That's what you're doing. So instead of men stepping up, y'all want women to expect less. Yeah, I said that. Instead of you stepping up as men, why is it that you want women to accept less? Why is it okay for you men to be out there running your mouth on all of these podcasts, on these TV shows, blogging all of this stuff? You will not step up, but you think women should lower their standards for you. Why don't you as men tell other men to do better? Some of you uncles out there and granddaddies out there and daddies out there, why don't you tell your sons, your nephews, y'all need to step up. Y'all need to do better. This is unacceptable behavior. This is not how you treat women. Where are the men out there who mentoring these young boys, these teenagers, these young men? Where are the older men with wisdom? Why aren't you out here teaching these boys how to be men? Why aren't you out there teaching them how to treat women? Where are you? You won't tell these men to do better. What you tell these men is these women expect too much. I don't get that. I'm going to be passionate about this because these emails that you all have been sending me and flooding my email box with, it needs to be some things said on both sides. And I'm not just bashing the men. I'm going to get you women too. But for right now, men, where are you? Why aren't you stepping up? Why are you telling women and telling these other men that it's okay that you act this way? And women need to sit down, know when to shut up, and be thankful that you're doing something. Where are the older men with wisdom? Where they at? Some of you men say you Christian men, but you ain't learning nothing from the deacons. You're not learning nothing from your pastors and your ministers, but how to oppress women, how to tell women they need to sit down and keep silent. And you should be thankful that they throwing you a bone. You ought to be thankful I do come home at night. You should be thankful I'm helping you pay these bills. There are some men, not all of them, I'm not overgeneralizing it, so don't get in your feelings and come for me. But there are some men, yeah, this is difficult to hear. No, you don't want to hear it because it's the truth. But there's some men out there, you have sons, you got grandsons, you got nephews out there, and you don't even teach them basic things. Haven't even taught them how to change a light bulb. They don't know how to change a tire. You wondering, ladies, why you got a man and he don't even never change the light bulbs. He don't know how to take a screwdriver and tighten up anything. He don't know how to take a basic hammer and a nail and go and fix something. You want to know why? Because his daddy ain't taught him nothing. If he knew his daddy, his granddaddy haven't taught him anything, or his uncles haven't taught him anything. You wonder why these boys grow up and they don't know how to rake the yard. You ever seen some people's yard? You ever see, it can't be a man in that house. Can't nobody live in that house but a bunch of women and girls. Because if a man lived in that house, that yard would not look like that. You know why? And then you open the door and there's a house full of boys sitting up doing this with a video game or doing this on their phone or staring at the TV. Y'all boys can't see the yard need raking? No, because ain't no man been in their life to teach him that. Ain't no man taught him that. You look at some of these women cars, their vehicles, and you say, she ain't got no man. She ain't got no man. I remember going to get my vehicle detailed one day, and these ladies came up, and when I got there, I told the guy, wait, don't start, because my husband on his way up here and he gonna pay you to take care of this. And I heard these guys having a conversation about some of these women, and they say, you can tell she ain't got no man just by the way she running her mouth, just by her attitude. She ain't got no man because she thinks she's a man. And I'm like, something to think about. Do you not know, no matter where you go or what you do, somebody is observing you. Somebody is watching you. So some of these men haven't taught these boys anything. They don't know how to change a tire. These boys grow up not knowing anything. They don't know how to take care of a home. They don't know the things they're supposed to do as men. No one has taught them, you're supposed to get out and get a job and be a man and be a provider. Some of these guys and who turn into grown men, they sit up and wait for women to take care of them. They sit up, and the minute they come, obstacle comes or a problem comes, they don't know how to solve problems. Some of these men break down like they women. Some of these men are breaking down, crying and weeping and carrying on just like they don't know what to do. And you wonder why women are turned off with that. Don't know woman. I'm gonna speak about me right now. I don't want no man crumbling and breaking down the minute there's pressure. The minute a problem arises, he can't deal with pressure. That man is a turnoff to me. Because I'm used to men in my family saying, okay, there's a need to be met. Let me get out here and do what I got to do. To me, a man that don't have a hustle spirit, a man who don't know how to get out there and make things happen, I don't know, you just get a 0 from me. Now, I'm not talking about men with disabilities and who are sick. I'm talking about able-bodied men who's sitting up waiting for somebody to do something for them or waiting for somebody to come and save them and assist them. Get up and do something for yourself. Some of these men, they blame women for their shortcomings. Somebody said something once, and I want to repeat it. They said, black women have a syndrome. Don't miss what I'm about to say. Black women have a syndrome called at least. At least. What do you mean by that, Pastor KZ? What it means is black women say these words all the time. At least I got a man, girl. No, girl, what you got is a piece of man. That's what you got. What you got is a grown boy. That's what you got. And you around here saying, at least I got a man. Next, at least syndrome. At least he helps me out with the bills, some of the bills. At least he helps out with some of the bills. Okay. At least he comes home at night. You don't even want him to come home. He just there in the house, girl. He's not doing anything. He's not taking responsibility of what a man does in the home. He just coming home at night. The house raggedy. Your house girl falling apart, and you up in here talking about at least he comes home. What he do when he come home? What does he do, ladies? What does he do when he come home? The roof leaking. The front yard is a mess. Trash running over. What do he do when he come home, girl? At least, do you hear how bad that sounds, black women? I can talk about us. You know how bad that sounds for us to say, at least he tries. What is he trying to do, girl? Because he don't get up from one day to the next to go out there and try to make things happen. He lay up in the bed till after 12 o'clock. Who going out there looking for a job that time of day? Unless you're going to try to interview for some evening or night shift job. What is he doing all morning? Well, girl, he just be tired. Tired from what? He's not doing anything to be tired from. Some of you men laying up on the couch or all through during the day. You ain't went on the job nowhere. And you laying up sleeping till 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's women in my era who have seen real men. And this stuff, what we seeing now, that just ain't what men do. And I didn't say all, but some of you, that's what you got. Now, you will never hear this kind of stuff from other races. You will not hear other race of women saying this kind of crazy stuff. And I'm going to say this right now. Men, I've heard some of y'all tell me, well, I'm going to just go over across the water and get me a woman. I'm going to go overseas, or I'm going to go to Asia. I'm going to Africa. I'm going to Japan. I'm going somewhere and get me a woman who know how to mind, a woman who know how to be submissive. Boy, please, sit down with that. You looking for somebody to mind you? Go buy your dog. Go get you a cat. Women don't have to mind you like they children. I want me a submissive woman. When I tell her to do something, that's what she's supposed to do. Y'all got the wrong idea of what submitting is. Then you love to quote the Bible and say you're supposed to be submissive to your husband. He didn't say you have to be a doormat. See, some of you men, you looking for doormats. You're not looking for a woman who submits to her husband's authority. You want to be the one who put your foot on a woman's neck, and you want to be the boss of the house. You want to tell her what to do, and she's supposed to jump when you say jump, and she got to jump through all of these hoops just to get you, like you some kind of prize catch. You want a woman who does it all. And don't say anything. You don't really want a woman with a voice. You don't want a woman who is an independent thinker. You want a woman you have to think for. That's why some of you choose certain women. Some of you don't like women who can think for herself. Some of you like women who keep their mouth closed and say nothing. But I got news for you. Some of the most non-submissive women are women from overseas. Pastor Casey, what you talking about? I'm going to just say this. Some of those women are very smart and crafty. They've been taught since they were little girls. Girl, you say whatever you need to say to get out of this country and go to a better life. Yeah, they submissive until you get them. I know a rapper right now got one that he's divorcing. Because she turned out to be not what he thought she was. She said and did what it took to get him. This fool went and wifed her. Then she moved everybody in her family in the house. That's what they're taught to do. They're trained to do that, okay? The minute you wife one of those women from the other, across the border, as y'all call them, in overseas, oh, the family coming. Especially if her mother's alive. She coming and she gonna run that house. I'm just saying, y'all. So, you sitting around saying this stuff, man, believe me, when those women from other races tell you, they will tell you right quick, if you ain't got no money, keep it moving. Keep it moving. They don't even look at some of you men if your paper ain't straight. I'm going to just be real with you and keep it 100. Some of you walking around thinking you such a prize and, oh, I'm a good looking man. I'm handsome. I can pull women. If your pocket's not right, you can't pull nothing. You can't pull nothing but a woman who's just like you. Somebody out there barely making ends meet, and she just desperate for a man, and she just happy to have you. To say she got a man. At least I got a man. Girl, please. Boy, bye with that. Y'all, we need to think about some things before we go into the new year. And this is one of the things you need to think about, men, ladies. Why don't we hold black men accountable? Why do we make excuses for black men all the time? Well, you know, he came up hard. You know, he got a lot. Life is hard for him. He had a hard childhood. Why do we make so much and so many excuses for the black man? Why? And then, I love some of you saying this. Well, you know, it's been generation after generation. They have been on oppressed people. They've never gotten therapy. They have post-traumatic stress syndrome, ranging all the way back from slavery. Some of these people we talking about is 6 generations removed from slavery. They don't even have a clue even what their great-grandparents went through. Okay? They have no knowledge of that. So what's the next excuse? Because there's a lot of other ethnicities can say the same thing, but somehow or another, they making it work. They got businesses going on. And some of our men sitting up still waiting for the big cruise ship to come. When God done sent you a little sailboat, or he done even threw you a life raft, or done threw you a gallon milk jug. And all you need to do is get on it and float on to the other side. But no, they sitting on the shore waiting for this big cruise ship to come and save them. Instead of saving themselves, why do we not hold our people accountable? Ladies, I'm talking about you too. You sitting up waiting on some man to come and rescue you. You sitting up being an IG model and all of this stuff, waiting and hoping that some professional ball player will see you. Girl, he ain't finna wife you. He gonna give you exactly what you offering him. And keep it moving. You know what? This is what I gotta say. The perpetual low expectations from our black man and our black woman is at an all-time high. You seeing stuff on videos, you seeing stuff on TV that just ain't reality. Ladies, you gotta set non-negotiable standards. And it's okay if someone else doesn't like it, but you gotta set non-negotiable standards for yourself. What you allow is what you gonna get. The energy you give out is what you going to attract. Sometimes you attract who you are. You ever seen 2 losers together? Pastor Casey, you're being kind of harsh today. I'm being harsh because I need to get somebody's attention today. You attract who you are. Ladies, again, set non-negotiable standards. Men, be held accountable and do better. You know, ladies, let me say this. It's all right to act like a woman. It's all right to think like a woman, even if you was raised by a man. Because there's some ladies out there was raised by their daddies because mama passed away or mama walked away. It's all right to think like a lady. It's all right to act like a lady. You don't have to think like a man. Think like a woman. Women were designed to think. Women have something that a lot of men miss, which is intuition. A gut instinct, a spirit to discern right from wrong, a spirit to discern when something don't feel right in your gut, it don't sound right to you, it makes you uneasy, uncomfortable, you are probably right. If what he's saying and doing makes you uncomfortable, girl, that's a red flag. Listen to your gut. Trust your discerning spirit. Let me say this, and I'm going to be very blunt. Women of other races would never tolerate some things black women take. They wouldn't put up with it. And that's real talk right there. You know, other races of women, they know what to say, they know what to do, and they know how to get the bag from the man. They know how to work the crowd. They know how to socialize. They're very socialized. They know how to act in social settings. They know how to say all of the right things. You know why? Because they study you. They do their homework. They do their research. I heard a couple of sisters say, well, why are they always getting the ball players and the rich men? Because they study them. They know places they like to go. They go to the yacht club. They know how to have dinner parties. They know how to host dinner parties. They know how to conduct themselves in certain arenas. I'm sorry, but the 304s and the thought behavior and that ratchet behavior will not get you in a yacht club. It will not get you noticed when everything you showing, the man don't have to use his imagination from. Believe me, those that's out there showing those things of other races, some of them got wifed. They can do that. I'm going to just say this. There's some entertainers out there that's singing about being strong, black, independent women. I observed something, and I want to share this with you real quick. I heard Ciara saying a song about leveling up, and she's an independent woman. Heard Beyonce when she was with Destiny's Child. They say they're independent women. Heard Nicki Minaj say, I don't need a man. Heard Cardi B talking about WAP, and she get the money. She make money moves. I hear all of this, but y'all know what, young ladies? Not one of them is single. Every single one of them is wifed. They got husbands. So first of all, Ciara, your husband is making over $240 million a year, maybe a little bit more, which averages out to about $7 million a check. You're not an independent woman, okay? Keep having babies for us, girl. All right? You're not a strong black independent woman, because when you was over there in the A messing with all of these rappers, you leveled up, okay? You saying you settle for your husband. Girl, Russell Wilson settled for you. He settled for you, see. Clean that up, girl. Respect your husband. Let me say this too. Jada Pinkett Smith. Do I need to even say anymore? Girl, you don't even love that man. You have no respect for that man. And you know what? You don't want that man. Do him a favor. Free him. You in love with a dead man, girl. Sit down somewhere. Every chance you get, you embarrass your husband. But you know what? You can't level up and didn't level up without the Smith name. That's all I'm going to say about you, Jada. Nicki Minaj is a wife. Cardi B is a wife. Beyonce Knowles is a wife. None of these women out there singing about them being strong, black, independent woman. Girl, you don't need a man. These women all got men, and they're wives, not just boyfriend and girlfriend. Not just, that's my man. No, that's their husband. Don't be listening to this, young ladies. I'm trying to give y'all a message here. Don't sit and listen to this. Those are just songs they produce and put out. These women are wives. And some of you have not gotten wifed yet. But you know what? You mad because other race of women talk, well, they getting all our men. Again, it goes back to what I say. They do their research. They know how to socialize. Let me just say this, sisters. Take your pajamas off and your bonnets off your head when you going in the grocery store, when you going out the house. Put some clothes on. You are your worst enemy with that. You look like you just got out of bed. Don't care about what you look like. Well, I'm just Pastor Casey. You don't understand. I just threw my bonnet on. I had on my wife beater and my pajamas and my slides. I just was going to the hair store to get me the new 24-inch. Girl, put some clothes on. Black women, let me say this. And I'll include myself in this. We love. We know how to love. When we fall in love, we are in love. When he got our hearts, he got you. But let me say this. Black women are just too concerned with falling in love. The romantic part of this. All of this here extra stuff. And then you got the ones who are concerned with spending money, not saving money. Let me say this. There's some other races of women, they don't care nothing about love. Y'all, when Tina Turner sung that song, What's Love Got to Do with It? She wasn't talking about us. She was trying to give us a message based on things she have observed. Because other races of women don't care nothing about love. What's love got to do with this? They don't care about anything. He can go and stay off 3-4 days, 3-4 weeks if he want to. As long as when she hit there and check that bank account, that money done hit the account. As long as she walking around with her American Express black card, she don't care if he come home and really he love me. Oh well, so he do. Whereas we on nothing, he cheating on me, he ain't doing me right. We standing at the door when he do come home and making all of these threats. Girl, go sit down somewhere with that. Did the check hit the bank? The bills paid? You driving a nice car, it's paid off? Pastor KZ, what about love? Love is a beautiful thing. It's great to love, but I'm just giving you illustrations of other cultures. Love is a beautiful thing. I'm all about the love thing, but I'm also about other things other than love, because you got to live after the day of the wedding. You got to live after you got the certificate of marriage in your hand. You got to eat. You got to have somewhere to live. You know, some of y'all spend $20,000 on a wedding and you living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 5 kids. Don't nobody want to address this. Whereas some races go down to that courthouse, pay them $93 and $30 for the ceremony, however much it is in their state, and then guess what? They take $20,000 and make a down payment on their home. Have a nice little cutesy reception in the backyard near the pool. Go on a little honeymoon to Hawaii or Dubai or somewhere, and come on back home. While you sitting around struggling to pay off their loan you done got for this big wedding and this big party for the big show. And you go home at the end of the day, well, all them gifts you got, where you gonna put that in a 1-bedroom duplex? I'm just saying. Now, let me say this, black women, in your defense, you give too much. You give too much of yourself. You do too much for men who are not your husbands. Men, you don't require them. You don't have other standards. Remember I was saying you need to have a standard. Some men say, why buy the cow when I can get the milk free? Sisters, I'm just going to say this. Save something for your husband. If you out here doing everything and giving everything away to everybody that come along, what you got left for your husband? Save something for your husband. But more importantly, ladies, save something for yourself. Never, and I'm talking to you men too, never give a person all of you. Never give a person everything. Because what do you have when they gone? Whether they die or whether they walk off and leave you or divorce you, now you left saying, I gave them everything and this is what they do. See, now you empty. If you give everything, you don't have anything for yourself. If you're giving all of your time, all of your effort, if you're giving a person everything, what do you have to give to yourself? I say this to mothers all the time. You give your children everything. Then when the children get grown, they barely call you for Mother's Day. Just something to think about before this year ends, y'all. I just want somebody to get focused. And like I said, I'm not an expert or a guru, and I say difficult things, but maybe someone else has been telling you this and you didn't hear them. Maybe you'll hear it from me. I'm speaking the truth in love. Some of us need to rethink some things. Some of you need to do better. And men, yes, that includes you. And I'm not bashing you men, and I'm not bashing you ladies. I'm just speaking the truth in love. These are things you need to modify. You need to correct. You need to reevaluate before you leave out of this year. Y'all be blessed. Get focused. Find some balance. And you know what? Things gonna work out. You'll do better. I'm trusting you too. I'll see you back tomorrow.